Alright, what's up folks, it's me BaRKy and I'm here with another mod showcase for Rimworld Alpha 17, and this is the Mechanoids Extraordinaire mod. And as you can see, I've got this little strange person walking around over here, and she's holding a charged lance, which is nothing to scoff at. But anyways, what this mod adds in are a whole lot of people like this, or like pawns like this, that are mechanoid themed or mechanoid based. Over here we have the Vespa, and I've gone ahead and just set up like a whole few rooms just with brick steel so they can't actually get through very easily, at least. You can hear the noises they're making. Somewhat. But anyway, so here we have the Vespa, and I'll go through all of them and just take a look at the stats quickly. But this is the Vespa, just a pretty much just a normal, it looks like a normal scyther almost, like a smaller scyther. After that we have the Goliath, which just looks like a giant robot. Actually, it's fucking awesome. Goliath looks awesome. The Hound, which looks like a dog shaped thing. And obviously the name is a Hound, so it kind of gives it away. Then we have the Kraken, which looks like a squid or an octopus that has lots of tentacles and stuff. If any of you guys are into that, you can put up the More Monster Goals mod and this one and have a nice time. And then after that we have the Chimera, which is just a fucking set of legs with a gun on it, literally. Look at that. It's just a set of legs with a gun on it. And a tail. A scorpion tail. No joke, dude. So anyways, let's take a look at the stats, because this is really interesting, and I really enjoy this part of the mod. So we have the Vespa, who is ridiculously fast. Almost 9 CS, right? That's twice as much as a normal human, just to put things into perspective. That's twice as much as a regular colonist. At 100%. The minute they get a scar or take any damage, that's going down straight away, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then the body size is 1.10, which is okay. And that's pretty much all you need to know, really, in terms of that stuff. But then the melee DPS is just under 5. But of course they're carrying a charged lance, so you're not going to worry about the melee DPS too much. What is interesting is that they have a pretty high accuracy, but it's sort of normal. But the aiming time is at 100% too. So just keep that in mind. They are very similar to scythers in that they will nail you, because these charge lances are really, really good at long range. 82% accuracy at long range with 27 damage with 37 range. So charge lance is just amazing, and there's a good chance they'll take out a limb with one shot or 1 or 2 shots. It's just crazy. So next up we have the Goliath, which looks like a sort of gorilla shaped thing, I would say. I don't actually know what it was based on. But anyways, 4 CS, which is fine. It's the speed. It's just a little bit quicker than the average pawn. Mass 210 kilograms, so it's quite a beefy guy. And then this one is actually melee. So this melee DPS is important. So it's at 639, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty tough mechanoid. Next up we have the Hound, and just keep in mind that it is carrying a grenade launcher, which I'll go into the stats now, but we haven't seen this new grenade launcher until now. But 5.2 CS, so it's slower than the Vespa somehow, as a dog, which is interesting, to say the least. And then the body size is 1.8, melee DPS is just under 7, which is cool. And then it has a grenade launcher attached to it, which is a new gun added in by this mod. But it does 30 damage with 25 range, and obviously it's an explosive. But at the same time, it has less than a 2-second cooldown, so it's really gonna wreck. So next up we have the Kraken, 3 CS. It's on the slower side with mass of 283, which is pretty crazy. Body size of 4, so it's really easy to hit. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the weakest one. Melee DPS at 845, and then it's also carrying a grenade launcher. But a few of them have inferno cannons too, which obviously you know what an inferno cannon is. It's in the base game. And then finally we have the Chimera, which is just a gun on legs, and this is about the same speed as a typical pawn. Body size of 1, so it's a little bit harder to hit. And then melee DPS of 8. And then obviously, one of the more important stats we need to take a look at for all of them is their armor stat. So as you can see, the apparel, you have blunt and sharp over here, and it tells you how difficult it is to actually damage them. So that's a 10% on both, with a body size of 3. This one has armor of 70% for blunt and 70% for sharp. This is going to be tougher to kill, but easier to hit, which is interesting. Then the Hound, which is at 1.8, body size is 40% blunt, 60% sharp. The Kraken has 15% blunt, 85% sharp. Okay, it's pretty damn strong. And then finally, this is 30% blunt, 50% sharp for the Chimera. So I've made 3 rooms over here, which I'm going to use to spawn in a centipede just so we can compare. I just don't want my colonists to run into the room. But if you take a look at the centipede, it has 20% blunt, 65% sharp for a body size of 2, which is interesting. And then obviously, centipedes are one of the slower things in the game. It's 1.3 CS, and then a scyther for reference, so you can compare it to those ones. A scyther is 5.6 CS. It has one of the highest melee DPSs in the game, really low armor, and the body size is about the same as a normal colonist. And then obviously scythers are carrying charge lances, centipedes are carrying, well, if they have a minigun, you're pretty lucky, because they're terrible with it, but the heavy charge blast is decent. But those are all vanilla. So anyways, I do want to test them out in combat. The way that these mechanoids spawn in is just through the normal ways that the other ones spawn in, at least from what I can tell. So that's pretty cool. So if you're hoping to see them, then that's great, because you probably will. So let's spawn in a Vespa. So as you can see, they will go for cover, which is nice. And then at this range, they could actually just pick off colonists, which is crazy. Wait, did it censor? No. Oh, he's just going on a mission, dude. He's gone. He's gone. Okay. That's fine. Spawn in the Goliath. See how this goes. I'm confused. I gave them Manhunter. I'm missing something. Oh, what? They're fighting each other? Strange days, man. Strange days. You can get a rough idea of how long it takes to bring one down. Charge rifles are generally pretty good. Alright, what's the next one? Hound. It's actually bleeding somehow. I guess it's bleeding oil. Yeah, no, Hound is pretty tanky, dude. Shit, look at that. That's a shit ton of damage it's just tanked. Cool. Let me spawn in the Chimera. So the Chimera is actually probably the lowest HP wise of them all, I believe. Okay, yeah, it definitely is. That went down really quickly. Still really interesting though. Still really interesting. Anyways, I want to test out the grenade launcher, because that's a weapon added in by the mod. So can I... Okay. Alright, so let's test out the grenade launcher. So the grenade launcher I have is the same one as before, actually. I don't think you can actually get quality options with these grenade launchers, which is cool. Rip Banshee, dude. Okay, let's take a look. This is normal wooden wall. Nice, okay. I mean, this is really powerful, actually. Shit. Give me plasteel. Okay, so that's 6 layers of plasteel. I mean, that's crazy strong, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit too strong, actually, because check out the range. It's really accurate. You can place it anywhere on the ground that you want, so I can just throw it on the floor and it works fine. Yeah, man. I mean, this would be awesome to hunt with because it has no flame. So. I don't want to just randomly kill people. Alright, well, I think that's incredibly strong. That's probably one of the stronger weapons in a modded game that I've seen. That's 1.8 seconds between shots, and the explosive rips through walls. Like, we did this in a few hours to put things into perspective. Like, ripping through 2 layers of plasteel should be quite the challenge, and it wasn't actually, as evidenced. But anyways, this is the mod. They spawn in the normal ways that mechanoids do. You can find them in ancient danger type events. They can land. What is happening? Oh, he's still my bad. Whoops. And then you can find them in poison ships and psychic ships and other stuff like that. Well, actually, that's it. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I do recommend trying out this mod. I think it's pretty cool. Do you think it fits into the game? In terms of artwork style, in terms of other things, do you think do you think this could be in vanilla without people noticing it? Yeah, I'm curious. Anyways, have an amazing day. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey you! Thanks so much for making it to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Editing videos is both my hobby and my passion, and with that in mind, I've decided to open up a Patreon if you'd like to support me besides in the amazing ways that my subscribers already usually do. I've got loads of perks and benefits, including having your own personally custom-made colonist, being one of my default colonists in the mod showcases, special roles on Discord, joining me while I stream, monthly Q&As and podcasts. I've got it all. Come take a look. All support is always appreciated, monetarily or not. If you're a subscriber, then be sure to hit the little bell over here to always be up to date with videos I push out, and head over to the Discord if you ever want to have a deep and meaningful chat with me. And last but not least, I hope you're having an amazing day.